The steady beeping of the hospital machines was the only sound filling the cold, sterile room. My body was weak, tethered to IVs, barely clinging to consciousness after the accident. But none of that compared to the pain that struck me when I heard my wife's words. "He's not their father anyway, so what does it matter?" Her voice was cold, emotionless. Summoning what little strength I had, I turned my head. Lisa, my wife, stood by the door, speaking in hushed tones to Dr. Carter, the physician overseeing my case. She didn't flinch, didn't hesitate. She spoke as if I weren't even there. Dr. Carter's expression hardened. His brows furrowed, and then he delivered the words that shattered her. "That's interesting," he said, his tone edged with something I couldn't quite place. "Because the paternity test we ran says otherwise." Lisa's face went pale. Her lips parted, but no words came out. A surge of energy rushed through me, a bitter satisfaction. She had no idea. She thought she had covered her tracks. But I had known for months. And now, it was time to bring everything into the light. 6 months earlier. For 12 years, I had trusted Lisa without question. We built a life together, raised 2 beautiful children, Emily and Jake. I worked hard to provide for them, never once doubting her loyalty, until the night the messages shattered everything. Lisa had fallen asleep with her phone still in her hand. A notification lit up the screen. I wasn't the kind of man to invade her privacy, but something deep inside told me I needed to see it. "When will you tell him?" "He's a fool to think they're his." The sender? Mark. My best friend. My breath caught. My hands shook as I scrolled up. Months of messages. Months of lies. Declarations of love. Secret meetings. And the worst part? Confirmation that their affair had been going on for years. I felt sick. But instead of confronting her, I made a plan. If she had already stolen so much from me, I would take something from her: her power, her confidence, her lies. I secretly arranged DNA tests for both kids, bracing myself for the worst. And then the results came back. They were mine. Lisa hadn't just lied to me, she had lied to Mark, too. And now, in this hospital room, her entire web of deception was about to collapse. Lisa's hands trembled. That's not possible." Dr. Carter's gaze was unreadable. "It is. Your husband is the biological father of both children. The tests are conclusive." She turned to me, her eyes wide with panic. You did this." A weak chuckle escaped my lips. "Me? No, Lisa. You did this. I just uncovered the truth." She stepped closer, lowering her voice. "Please, we can talk about this." "I didn't mean for it to happen this way." I scoffed. "Oh, really? You were just waiting for the right time to tell me I was raising another man's kids? Were you ever going to leave me? Or was I just your safety net while you played house with my best friend?" Tears welled in her eyes. "Mark and we made a mistake." I shook my head. "A mistake? A mistake happens once. This was a choice. Over and over again." She swallowed hard. "Please, think of the kids." I stared at her, and for the first time, I felt nothing. No love. No sadness. Just cold resolve. "I already have." Lisa didn't know I had planned everything. The divorce papers were ready. I had gathered every piece of evidence: screenshots, financial records of her secret outings with Mark, even hotel receipts. And I had one final surprise. "Check your phone," I said, leaning back against the pillows. Hesitant, she pulled it out. The moment her eyes landed on the screen, her face twisted in horror. I had sent everything, to her parents, her friends, our children's school board, even Mark's wife. Her secrets weren't mine to carry anymore. Her hands shook as she clutched the phone, as if it had burned her. "No, you didn't." I smirked. "Oh, I did." Then I twisted the knife. "By the way, Mark's wife isn't as forgiving as I am. She's divorcing him. Guess where she got the evidence?" Lisa's body trembled as reality sank in. She had lost everything in a single moment. But I wasn't finished. "I want full custody," I said, my voice like ice. "You're not fit to raise them." Her breath hitched. You can't. I already have a legal team working on it, I interrupted. Do you really think a court will side with a cheating wife who tried to convince her husband he wasn't even a father? Her knees buckled as she collapsed, sobbing. Please don't take them from me. I watched her for a long moment before slowly rising to my feet. Strength surged through me, real, undeniable strength. You took everything from me, Lisa. I met her gaze, unyielding. Now, I'm just returning the favor. And with that, I turned and walked out of the room. For the first time in months, I felt free. As I stepped into the cold hospital corridor, a slow smile spread across my face. Justice had never felt so sweet. Lisa fought in court. She lost. Mark's marriage crumbled. And me? I raised my children without lies. Without betrayal. Some scars never fade. But some battles are worth fighting. And in the end, I didn't just win. I survived.